Harmonizer. Harmonizer. I'm so sad. Oh, I'm so sad. Give me an alternative gospel. We need alternative gospel instead of the passion. Oh, fantasy baseball. Put your hands together for fantasy baseball.
I'm Bill Holland for GearWire.com, and we're back with Crosstalk. As you remember from last time, we went to J. Irving Giles' house, and we checked out the Vocalist Live 4.
And
what did we
stole
think?
It from
you,
him.
You had a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's really entertaining. I don't know if I could actually use it for any other purpose than laughing my ass off on a constant basis.
It's a good party toy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I have my reservations about DigiTech. I personally think that the best thing that they made, and probably the only thing I'll actually buy, is the DigiTech whammy. Yeah, that's probably it. And this is not so far off of the whammy that like it's like a harmonizer for your voice,
right?
Instead of like your guitar.
It seemed like the sort of thing that, yeah, it's kind of cheesy, and a lot of the presets were pretty unusable. But
they have one called the Eaglets.
The Eaglets. I think if you sat down with it for a long time and you were like a singer-songwriter type guy, I think you might be able to. I mean, maybe you should go out and try to make some friends to like get some actual background singers. But I mean, short of that, if you have a really terrible personality, this could be a really good thing for you.
I don't know, because most of like the singer-songwriter people, like when they have really pretty voices, I kind of want to hit them in the face. That's just a personal aesthetic issue. But like other guys who like do the singer-songwriter thing sound like Bob Dylan, which is like atonal as shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want some down.
That thing's not going to be able to do that.
That's not going to help.
That's not going to. The AutoTune will kick in and it'll sound like a robot.
Dude, this is not Jesus. It's not going to save you.
Or so we think. No, I mean, it seems like to me, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, I mean, look at the picture on the box here. We've got happy singer-songwriter girl. She's playing at her local coffee house. And,
she's definitely not getting laid.
She wants to have some backup singers. So I mean, I think it's good for like, you're a basic musician. You're like, you want to play out like a coffee house, but you want to add a bigger sound to your vocals. Maybe some backing harmonies.
Would you do that?
I don't know. I'm just saying that could be why you'd use it for. I mean, I don't think you'd want to use this. I mean, if you're touring, I don't see why you would use this. I don't know what you would use it for. Because
there's a better one on the market. This is a great one for poor people, because we're all poor.
Hide the product placement.
But there's the TC Helicon Live, and I saw a lady who used that.
Those are really cool.
Those are really cool.
Oh my god, those things are awesome. It's not like auto-tune pitch correction kind of stuff. It's like they really do like harmonies and like
it's
really good sounding harmonies. Like we were fucking around with this thing.
It's kind of muddy, I noticed.
Yeah,
a few of them.
I mean, I guess it could screw around with it.
I'm sure that you could get a good sound out of it if you wanted to, and I'm sure that you could probably do something different with it if you wanted to. But honestly, I mean, I don't know. I've gotten similar sounds out of software.
Oh,
that's way cheaper.
Way
like the Antares stuff. I mean, I've gotten better sounds out of it.
They just put out 5, right? They just
I believe so. Yeah.
I really hate AutoTune, and I think we all hate AutoTune.
Well, you don't like Cher?
I don't like Cher. I didn't like Cher when she was like natural Cher, not freaky goth Cher or 80s Cher.
I don't remember the freaky goth Cher. That sounds like at least that would be more interesting.
Sounds like a Halloween costume or something.
No, didn't she like always dress in? I'm thinking about Elvira. Both of them have been around forever, and they'll probably like melt into dust at any point in time.
Well, for people who aren't familiar with AutoTune and what it sounds like, what does it sound like? I'm listening to an album, and
we talked about that Cher song. Do you believe?
That's a really obvious. I mean, but let's think of something where it's less obvious. Something.
I mean, any sort of boy band group or
right.
Yeah.
Every Britney Spears song to date, they all use auto-tune pitch correction. It's like a slight warble, like when something. And this is my same critique of the robot guitar, and my same like any sort of like
USB guitar,
any correcting software. It kind of messes up the chain of command, because some guy who's going to play like a certain note and something on an acoustic guitar and then wants to pitch correct his voice, it's not going to sound right, because A440 in Taurus is A440, and your guitar is not playing A440. It's
Right.
playing like A at
438.
Yeah, 438.
Well, and it
or
encourages people not to
441.
be at their peak and not to perform at the best of their abilities.
Well,
I mean,
nothing is
Sometimes, I mean, if
perfect.
you're strapped for time in a studio and like you're not on a huge budget, sometimes you need to do that sort of stuff.
well, I mean,
but-
I'm not going to say I've never used AutoTune.
Yeah.
I've used it a lot of times on singers. I mean, they'll come in and you'll have like one word that you'll be like, crap.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're a bad singer, you're a bad singer.
See, I
It's
had
gonna
to use
show.
AutoTune once, and this is where I swore it off. Like I would never, like I had this ex-boy band guy that I was doing spec working for LA, and he like was signed to Maverick at one point in time, but then they dropped his group. It was really like fall from the throes of fame sort of thing. It was,
Whoa.
it was really awesome.
Kevin Federline type stuff.
Yeah, like basically
Okay.
on that same level, but wanted to be the next Justin Timberlake. And so like this dude comes into my like studio, and like he's pissed drunk and he can't keep key at all. And he's just like, I'm like, dude, you got to sing in key. And he's like, no. I was like, fuck, I got to use AutoTune. And this is like the one time that I used AutoTune, and it took me so long to correct his like bad vocal takes because he was sipping on like some OE and just like like getting toe up like homeless man style, that I was just like, whoa. And then I did it, and he was like, thanks, dude. And I was like, all right, sell the track so you can give me some money. And he just like never did. Anyways, that's why I think AutoTune's the devil.
All right.
Because it doesn't do anything but make my life a living hell and make it sound bad. It just sounds like poo in a bucket.
It's a pretty bad sound. I haven't heard that lately, but
It's that squishy sound.
I think we're
along
reviewing
with
it
the
next
plastic.
Can I get that on
hitting.
YouTube? I mean, can I look up a clip of that on YouTube? We're going to be back in a little bit with our viewer mail on Crosstalk. I'm Bill Holland. This is GearWire.com.
You ain't got to be rich to rule my
Okay, yeah. That's good. Yeah, great.